This video is being sponsored by my faves, my babes, my loves over at Skillshare, and I'll talk about them a bit more later on in the video. Hi guys, it's Lana here. Welcome back to Lana Summertime. This video is actually part of my reaction series, so if you've been here for a while or if you've come from one of the other videos, you know that I'm reacting to celebrity curly hair care routines. As with every video in this series, these are not intended to throw shade. They're simply intended to be educational and possibly entertaining. So with that being said, let's have a look at this week's video. Today I'm reacting to Alessia Cara's curly hair routine. She's an amazing singer. I haven't even seen the thumbnail. Somebody just told me that Vogue had done a video. This is her natural curls hair tutorial, how I do. Oh, it's not with Vogue, it's with Harper's Bazaar. Sorry, Vogue. Before I even watch this video, let me have a look at Alessia's hairstyles. She has this very loose curl pattern, like very big curls. I think I'd say that her hair looks to be somewhere around 2C to 3A type hair. I can't really tell too much about the rest of her hair just from looking, but I'm gonna guess that her hair is quite fine because it looks quite fine, and in some of the pictures you can see her hair, you can see little strands picking up with the light behind her, and the strands look quite fine. And aside from that, her hair is clearly very thick. She has a lot of hair, and yeah, that's all I can really say about it. It looks like more recently she's grown her hair quite long, and with her hair being longer, it's actually weighing it down quite a lot. A similar thing happens with my hair. So with all of that being said, let's take a look at her routine. How I do natural curls with Alessia Cara. We got an ad.
Hi guys, I'm Alessia Cara and this is my mom, and we are going to be showing you how to do my curly hair look that you guys see me rock pretty much every single day of my life. She taught me.
Her mom is so cute, by the way. I just love seeing them side by side, like curly head mom, curly head daughter. It's such a vibe. I love it.
I do it growing up, so I thought it was only right for her to demonstrate it to us how it's done, and so I hope you enjoy it.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna pause it all the time, but I think that is the sweetest thing in the entire world. Like, as somebody who didn't have any curly haired people in my family besides me and my sisters, I would have loved to have somebody from an older generation in my family who could have taught me about curls. That's the reason I have a YouTube channel actually, is because I had to teach myself curls, and I kind of documented the entire process, you know, like trying out different techniques for the first time, and I shared it with all of you guys. So whenever I see something like that, I just kind of, I don't know, my heart swells and I feel so happy to see it. And maybe I'll do that in the future one day with any little ones that come along, who knows? But yeah, it's really sweet.
First of all, my mom is here because she is a hairdresser. I grew up with her testing out different hairstyles on me all the time. I was like her guinea pig for many years. But she's the one who really taught me how to take care of my hair and how to work with my curls, because I have curly, very frizzy hair that tends to have a mind of its own, and it was always hard for me to like tame it and to give it like that nice ringlety look. And even now when she's not with me, I still have trouble some days. It kind of does whatever it wants, but here we are. Right now my hair is wet. I just washed it. It's half combed, so I'll comb this side. We want to detangle it first because you don't want to ever have tangly curls. Dry.
One thing that I'm noticing right away is that she's talking about detangling her hair, and the way she went in, I kind of assumed her hair was already detangled, but by the sounds of it, it's not. Like, it's actually catching on some tangles, and she's saying that like she's detangling right now. And I'm so sorry girl, but the first thing I noticed was that she went straight from the top and down. And the first cardinal rule of detangling,
because isn't it the first cardinal rule of perm maintenance,
is that you start from the bottom up. You get the tangles out of the bottom first and you work your way up, because if you start detangling at the top first, your hair is just not prepped to get those tangles out, and you're just going to keep meeting tangles and they're going to combine into one big tangle, and you're just going to rip a bunch of hair out. Like, you need to be starting at the bottom. From the looks of it, her hair isn't like really badly tangled, so I think she probably already detangled it a bit and is just topping it up, or I don't know, maybe she just doesn't get very tangly hair, and if that works for her, then that works for her. Let's move on.
It's kind of a disaster, so make sure that it's combed through when it's wet. Don't comb it when it's dry, because that's just gonna frizz it up.
One more thing, because just saying brush your hair when it's wet is very vague. Like you might just literally just put water on your hair and then your hair just becomes stretchy. You're more likely to stretch and damage the hair. And if you do it with freshly shampooed hair and no conditioner, then the chances are that your hair is gonna feel very dry and it's gonna feel kind of like tacky almost after certain shampoos, like especially sulfate shampoos, which is just not a good idea to brush it like that. If you've used like a sulfate shampoo and your hair feels very stripped and it's got no oils and it's got no slip, do not try to brush it in that state because the tangles will become worse, you'll have more breakage, you'll lose more hair, so just don't do that. I don't think she did that, but I just think that what she said there was a bit vague. So if you are going to be detangling your hair when it's wet, make sure that it's got conditioner on it, because conditioner contains a lot of slip. It makes your hair more slippy, more slidey, and easier to run a brush through. Just for some clarification for some people who might have misunderstood that, that's all.
Because that's just gonna frizz it up. What I like to do if it's already started getting dry is that we like wet it with a spray bottle or just like dunk your head in the sink or something. So
me too. Before I had the spray bottles, I would always just be running back and forth to the sink to wet my hair whenever I was styling it.
Using water, no particular product. You can use like sea salt spray, huh?
Oh
yeah. It's very important though that your hair is really wet, otherwise it won't go curly. This type of hair anyway.
You want to sit, man, just because you know they can't see.
They can see me, yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna pause it really quickly. She mentioned sea salt spray, and that is great for wavy and loose curly hair textures. If you want to increase the curl of your hair, like that's really how you get those beach waves. Like there's a reason why it's called beach waves, is because they come from swimming in the sea. So you see it on like surfer chicks and surfer babes, all like this, that whole kind of vibe. Adds a little bit of lift. It helps to kind of bring out those waves and bring out those curls. So then companies started actually incorporating salts into their styling sprays and their texturizing sprays to help boost the curling aspect of the hair. So that's really great if you've got maybe type 2 hair. I personally don't use them with my type 3B hair, and I don't know anyone with type 4 hair that uses sea salt sprays either. Yeah, I just wouldn't be using sea salt sprays. I'm so sorry I keep speaking so much. I'm really enjoying the video though, so let's get back to it.
Okay, so this is called Inner Sense.
I love this brand.
It's specific for curly hair. It's really, really good. It has a nice strong hold and it gives a nice definition to the hair. And then usually put a little bit of this at the roots. This is also from Inner Sense. And this it gives a little bit of lift so it doesn't go too flat.
A lot of people were asking me how to get more volume in their roots. I personally didn't really know because that's not something that I've really struggled with too much or something that I've really desired for my hair, but that looks like a great product. I love Inner Sense. It's a great brand. I use their co-lotion, lovely brand, and they have this product that they've just mentioned called I Create Lift, which she applies to her roots. I might actually try that, so I'm learning something. This video is actually being sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning platform filled with thousands of classes ranging from anything from hair care, cooking, SEO, you name it, there is a class for you on Skillshare. So I learned so many things on there. I learned how to make my own shampoo recently. I've also been learning how to make my YouTube videos more interesting, how to tell a more coherent story because I'm not always the best storyteller. So I've been watching some scripting videos, some storytelling videos, and also how to pivot and how to launch these new projects and start working on some really exciting material, and I'm learning so much on Skillshare. So if you would like to broaden your horizons, get creative and start learning some new skills, then here is a little treat for you. So because I am partnered with Skillshare, I'm able to offer you a month of free Skillshare Premium for the first 1,000 people that click the link in the description. So get there quickly, don't miss out. Make sure you click, make sure you sign up. It's totally free for the first month. And yeah, I really hope that you guys love it as much as I do. I've been using Skillshare now for like over a year. I want to say it's like a year and a half now, and I'm just leveling up. Like every day I'm leveling up. So if you want to get on my level, you better get on Skillshare. They are just a really great service filled with great people, to be honest, and I really think that you would enjoy using the platform. Let's get on with the rest of this video.
The best way to blow dry, it's blow drying away from your head.
If I'm doing it myself, I'll put my head back as far as I can. If my mom's doing it, I'll like lie back in a chair or in bed even. I'll just like go all the way back up.
So make sure it's nice and wet. This is the mousse.
That is the life, like having somebody do your hair while you're just laying back. I love it.
Especially when I'm touring and I'm like just coming off of stage, I'm all sweaty and stuff, and if I don't have time to wash my hair, I'll just like dry shampoo it. Or I've just learned to do different hairstyles, so I do my classic bun, I'll do put it in a clip, a ponytail.
I'm pausing again, sorry. I love the fact that she's basically just said that she wore that bun hairstyle. She didn't say this exactly, but she's hinting that she wore that bun hairstyle because she didn't have time to wash her hair at what looks like a red carpet event. Now, if that doesn't say I'm booked and busy, bitch, I don't know what does.
But I guess when you're trying to preserve the curls as much as possible, dry shampoo is really helpful, and that tends to do the trick. It never looks like quite as nice as day 1 or 2, but it works if you need it to. Or sometimes I'll go in with a curling iron, like a little thin curling iron, and fix some parts that have frizzed too.
I'm actually glad that she admitted that. Like, I feel like there were many angles at which that might be received by people watching, especially here in the curly hair community. Like, I do consider myself to be part of the curly hair community, but sometimes this community can be a little bit toxic. Like, I don't even want to say it, but like it can be, with like things like the gatekeeping and the rules and looking down on people who use heat and curling irons like that. And in one of my videos I mentioned how a lot of celebrities will use that tiny little curling iron to replicate natural curls, especially on sets. Yeah, I was kind of shocked that they even do that in advertising for curly hair, like curl creams and gels, but that's a story for another day. I did actually speak about that in another video, which I'll put right up there. I'm actually really glad that she mentioned it because it's to do with transparency, managing expectations, because there are going to be a lot of young impressionable people. I was one of those people where you look up to celebrities and you see this perfect hair and you think, oh, why can't my hair look like that? Because apparently we've got the same hair type, but my hair never looks like hers. And like she said, sometimes she'll use a curling wand. So that's really important that she mentioned that. I'm really happy that she did. It was a really quick, fleeting comment, but maybe one of the most important lines that she said in this whole video.
Oh, do you want to show them this?
And then what I do, especially the top, usually the top is the part that goes freezing. So you just do like that, and you just curl a little bit, create some curls. It dries a nice shape instead of dry all crazy.
That is a really good tip. I've had a lot of questions about that lately.
Condition, like deep conditioners.
Absolutely.
She never does it.
I do it.
Oh, you don't have the time though.
I know, it's hard. I don't have the time to do like hair treatments all the time. Yeah, but she always says deep condition, especially for curls. Dry curls are the worst, so you always want to like condition as much as possible, do like treatments or sort of heat protectant, but I don't do that. Oh, another thing though is like doing this, like for curly hair, like going in when it's wet and like twirling it at the roots and stuff, especially around the front, because that just makes everything more defined.
This part, I've never really got into the whole twirling my hair with my fingers, but if you are somebody who worries a lot about frizz at the front or at the top, then that's definitely something that you can try out. I think it would work better than like say the Denman brush technique, because for me, when I use the Denman brush technique, I feel like it kind of, sometimes it can actually stretch out the top of my hair and I'll get really, really defined curls towards the mid-lengths and the ends, but I'll get like straighter tops. It will like stretch them out. So this could be a really good technique for you guys.
That's another thing.
That's very important to do this, especially people that tend to have this part of their hair really frizzy. This really helps.
Love that.
There was one time I cut my bangs off
This
with a
looks
nail
time
clipper
consuming
when I was like,
though.
how old was I? 4?
Oh, 4. Yeah.
4. Because I was like, oh, I don't want bangs anymore. And my
I've
mom
done
was like,
that.
well, when you don't want bangs, you have to let them grow out. And I was like, no, if you just cut them off, then you don't have bangs. So I took it upon myself.
Like this.
Yeah, I took it upon myself to cut my bangs off. And it was horrible. I don't even think we don't have any photos, you probably don't want any memory of that, but yeah, that happened.
Why do I feel like we've all had that experience of doing something really stupid with our hair? I've literally had that, well, a similar experience. So like I cut my hair with a nail clipper. I didn't cut my hair all the way to the top. I don't know, I avoided that. I never did that, and I never did this whole like really short fringe thing, I don't think. But I did cut a fringe in with nail clippers. Why? I don't know. Comment down below if you've ever had any kind of crazy experience like that with doing things to your hair that you weren't supposed to do.
Like this. Like
yeah, it was insane.
Okay, now we're gonna diffuse it like this first, and then she's gonna go a little bit upside down. You're gonna shake it. Oh, very important when you blow dry curly hair, when you scrunch it, you do very gently. We tend to do this, but when you do this, you just disturb the curl, so you don't have a nice, like defined curl. You have more of a messy curl. So it's very important when you do it that you do it very like gentle without touching and disturbing the curls. Because once you did it like this, there's no way that's gonna go back to a nice defined curl. Okay, basically that's it. So see you in a little bit.
Yeah.
I love that. Like, do you remember when there was that trend of like, you would literally just grab it? Oh my gosh, there's an ad. So this is almost completely opposite to Zendaya's curly hair routine. I can't remember who she did that with, or whether it was like Vogue or whoever. And in her video, I think the thumbnail is her with like the diva curl brush, like the one with like the grippy hand, and she's literally like right in there with her hair. Like, she's not even scrunching at that point, she's just literally just up in there with her hair. And that's almost the complete opposite of what Alessia Cara's mum has just said. I have to agree. So where did I learn to diffuse my hair? I think I learned to diffuse my hair on a photo shoot. I think there was a stylist there who told me about that. And yeah, just very, very gentle. You don't even need to touch the hair right at the start. You're better off just focusing on drying the roots first, and then the rest of your hair will form a cast, and then you can kind of work on that. I have another whole video for how to diffuse your hair properly, but I'm loving the way that Alessia Cara's mum is doing it right here as well.
Now, after her hair is a little bit almost dry, just gonna flip your head over, and that's when we're gonna start to create some volume in the hair.
So we're almost there. That's what it looks like. It's like 3/4 of the way. Almost done, but my hair takes long to dry for some reason. As long as it's enough to
show them.
Yeah. I just love the fact that her mum said as long as it's good to show them. She's like a big celebrity and everything, and still the vibe is exactly the same as like anyone else. Like, as long as it's just kind of good enough to show on camera, it's good enough. Love that. Stars are real people too, you guys.
I know.
So you can shake it when it's dry.
Once it's dry, once the curl is there, you can do whatever you want.
I always wanted to dye my hair like blonde, or like a really crazy color, like pink, like the whole thing, like a platinum pink, or like, I don't know, done like something like that, or like cutting it super, super short. I feel like the shortest it's ever been is like here, but I would like to maybe one day just do like a pixie cut of some sort or something, but I don't know if I could ever have a curl. And then hairstyles I wish I never tried. I always had her.
You did the bangs. I didn't like the bangs, but you like the bangs.
Yeah, I cut bangs one time. My mom didn't like them because I didn't take care of them and I didn't style them, so then it just ended up being like a bush here because I didn't do it properly.
Okay, this is probably like the everyday look. What would you do every day? Just, you know, wash it, style it, and that's
even when I do my everyday, it doesn't look as good as this. I wish I had her all the time. Yeah, so I guess we could show you what we do if you want a little, like a step a little bit up with like spray and curling iron. If you want like an even more defined.
A little bit up.
Curl, yeah.
Ooh.
So you should get little pieces. Let me see here, little pieces.
Sorry.
Where's the heat defense spray? I'm sure they have some heat defense spray. I'm sure they have it. They didn't show it, or if they did show it, I don't remember seeing it. Maybe they accidentally cut it out of the video, because I'm sure they're not putting a curling iron on her hair without heat defense. Maybe they are, who knows? I'd like to hope they're not, and maybe they did use some products that had heat defense in it. Maybe they used some products with some silicones in it, because that can be heat defense. But yeah, I don't know.
Just go like that. And then you do a couple of this everywhere. Let it cool off. Again, never touch it when it's hot, because you will disturb the natural curl.
The top of my hair is not as curly as the bottom, so I find myself having to like fix a couple at the very, very top for some reason. Is that usual? Or not really?
It's just because you do have fine hair, so you don't have the body. You have a lot of hair, but you have fine hair. So that's why it tends to be kind of flat to your head and then curling the rest.
That's what I said.
Like under
So it's
here.
most for people with curly hair. They have that problem.
Yeah, it goes so curly at the bottom, and then just like the first layer up here is like just frizzy all the time. I liked having like blondish hair for a second. I had purple highlights for a second, that was fun.
Wow.
I had like this huge beehive on my head, which was fun to do. I had a lot of fun hairstyles and like wigs and stuff for that.
Wow, she's been doing a lot of hairstyles.
I always used to have this like, not argument with my mom, but like every time she would do my hair as a kid, even now, I'm always like, I hate when my curls look too perfect. Yeah. So yeah,
I don't have that problem.
Ask her to like, you know, separate them. Well, you always separated them anyways, but
this one here is from United, and it's, can you see it? And it's Max Hold.
It's very strong.
Hairspray.
Use tiny rose base here.
I know.
I never use hairspray in my curly hair routine.
She puts her hand in there and she comes up with her.
Yeah, this is my stuff.
Dying. Yeah. That's what she does after.
I always do that. If I could only have one hair product, I'd probably pick
This is gonna be exciting.
the product, but the diffuser alone is like so helpful for curly hair. So I would either take that or like maybe the Inner Sense gel. I feel like it smells so good and it makes my hair really nice and shiny, so I'd probably pick that one. What about you?
I think this might be the one that I used and it's really good.
Always the gel. Yeah.
We have the exact same hair type right now. Yeah. There you go.
There.
Thanks, Mom. Here it is, guys. The curly, I don't know what to call it. My curly hair.
The curly do.
That felt really heartwarming and I was getting really nice vibes throughout that whole video. Like just to see that mother-daughter dream team that was going on. That was really nice. Yeah, I think that her hair routine works absolutely perfectly for her. I loved all the little tips that they dropped in. Her mum seems like she knows hair inside out, and Alessia Cara definitely seems to know what she likes when it comes to her own hair. I did just feel like there were a few things that needed clarifying, and that's hopefully what I was able to do for you in this video. If you liked this video, then please remember to thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section if you like it when I do these reaction videos, or do you prefer maybe some of the vlogs that I've been posting lately, because I've just been enjoying making all types of content lately. I have the reaction series, I have my little vlogs that I do, and then I have like some of my more like relaxed feeling hairstyles videos and stuff like that. I don't know, I want to make a lot of videos and I don't really know what you guys want to see. Make sure that you are subscribed and follow me on Instagram though, because I feel like I'm at a really exciting time right now where I'm working on so many projects. Something really big should be launching very soon. I can't say too much about it right now in this video. Just watch this space, that's all I can say. Watch this space. Also, like I mentioned, this video is being sponsored by Skillshare, so if you do want that free month of Skillshare Premium membership, make sure you click the link in the description. Don't miss it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.